Alright, so while I'm getting the grill ready, I have to share this little story with y'all. I'm sure it'll go into the other video, but Mike said he wanted me to hook up the cable to do live data logs going down the road so he could just get it pretty much done, you know. I finally got the cable hooked up, got everything, and they said, I swear they wait till I'm recording to come out and start yelling. Anyway, I got the computer hooked up to it, and it said the software was not compatible with the firmware, had to update and all this stuff. Updated, everything was going good until the ECU, the firmware didn't update. My ECU was bricked. Okay. Panic mode. Full panic mode set in. Everybody's telling me to restart just turn it off, turn it back on, keep doing it, let the battery, unplug it and let it go overnight so it's got a full drain down. All these things I tried, I could not get it. And I talked with one of the guys on the forums, and he said, hey, $45 in return shipping, you send it to me, I'll take care of it. Brick them and put whatever firmware you want in it and all this. I was like, okay, don't sound bad. I told Mike about it. Mike's like, send it to me, I'll do it for free. You know, this is what I do, and you're a customer, and you know, I got you covered on this. Freaking awesome. I'm excited. Decided to try a few more things, and when I'm looking, I realized the CAN L, the CAN low pin, had pulled out of the connector and wasn't even connected. I pushed it in, everything worked. I now have the version 2 build 80. I was on build 70, and it was pitching a fit because I was off 10 build. Anyway, that's what their version is. I'm not running V3 because I don't need any of the inputs for any of that stuff. But, man, I was in full panic mode. Like, oh my god. But, yeah, I'm so glad that is over with. I got the data cable hooked up and the pin pushed in, and everything's updated. Everything's working the way it should. And I had another little scare after I did all that and turned the key in the fuel pump and didn't prime, and then I remembered I just updated all the firmware and I never re-uploaded the tune. So once I did that, everything was fine. The other couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, no, a week ago, last Saturday, we went down to the Hard Rock Casino. And never been, well, not a huge gambler. I'll buy a lottery here and there. First machine I sat down at, I won $50. Won a little bit here and there, kind of lost a little bit here and there. And finally I went to one machine, and it said I get 10 free bonus plays and this, and it just, every play won something. I ended up winning a total of $633. Not bad for my first time at the casino. So I was like, you know what? There's some seats that are close by, and I'm going to run and grab them. Stock gray SN95 cloth seats. I've been looking for them. It's kind of hard to find cloth and gray. I find leather and gray, and I find cloth and tan, but I don't know. Regardless, side story. I looked into it, a place called Avon Park, and I'm like, whoa, that's actually still 2 miles south of us. Or 2 miles, 2 hours south of us. Correction, 2 hours south of us. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that after this day, I'm sorry. So I wrote the lady and I said, I apologize, I didn't realize that was so far. So jump to today. I find out my brother and sister-in-law are going down south to pick up a transmission. And I'm thinking they're going to a junkyard, so I'm fixing to say, hey, keep a lookout for cloth gray SN95 seats. I said, so where are y'all going? We're going to Avon Park. I send them the address, no joke. They are 5 minutes away from the seats. They picked them up for me, and they're on the way back. So I am ecstatic about that. Got the car running, got the seats coming. Yeah, I was in a why don't anything work for me to, wow, everything worked out for me. I was like a big baby. I really was. I'm surprised the wife didn't smack me and say, get back to reality, you know. But it is what it is. Things are working out. I do need to shave though. Look at that. I look like a mountain man. Get off my property. Anyway, Hope y'all enjoyed story time. Back to the video. The next day, we are back. I hope y'all like story time. The seats came in last night. Had a few other surprises that came with the seats. They found out that, you know, I was building a Fox body and they have Mustangs, and, you know, sister-in-law was telling them the story about my car, and basically, the stuff they gave me I can't really use, but it was freaking awesome to get anyway, and I can always sell it. But they gave me back SN95 seats, which I can customize to fit in there, but I'm not going to go through all that. I'm going to find actual Fox body seats. The seats I have in the car. So let's go over this progression real quick, or digression, or whatever you want to call it. So, I gotta prop up for this. When I got the car, it had Fox body seats in it. They was terrible. They was ripped. They was crooked. Had the gangster lean. Had, you know, they wasn't great. It was leather. They're cracked. They'd cut you. So I found some gray SN95 seats. That's what I wanted. Found them for $10. That's great. These seats was former electric seats. The bolster was all the way out and couldn't be adjusted because, you know, they wasn't hooked up electric. The stitching was tearing, and the stitching kept getting worse. Things just kept getting worse. And a guy traded me for these Jeg seats. And at the time, I'm like, I'm going to go as fast as I can go. My back said, no, you're gonna chill out. That's what you're going to do. So them seats, they're comfortable for around the neighborhood, but anything longer than that, like I did like 2 trips around the neighborhood the other day, and I'm like, yeah, these seats have to go. So that's where I ended up with these SN95 seats that I have now. They brought them in last night. These seats are not perfect. They're from a 2002 Mustang, but they are super clean. Driver's seat, of course, has more tear than the passenger seat, but I think it's going to fit my build great. And that's, like I said, I don't know what it is about gray cloth seats in this area, but you either get gray leather or you get tan cloth, or you find black, which people want $1,100-$1,200 for black interior stuff. So I'm not going to show the process because, I mean, it's been done on this channel a few times. I'm going to take the seats out and switch some tracks over and show you the end result, pretty much. If you are new or, you know, forgot, these are the Jegs polymer seats with the seat covers on there. Actually, my friend bought these seat covers for the channel, like a, you know, subscriber support or something like that. He just wanted to help out, and he bought them. So it's really cool. I will be selling these seats. Like I said, I'm going to use the tracks. So yeah, still got all that over there off because when I was figuring out the wiring and the pins had pushed out, pain in the butt, but I'm going to get all that tucked in. But first, I want to get these seats out. I want to get this vacuumed up and get the new seats in. In my previous video where I did my wheel bearings, I found spider sheddings, and I said there's a bigger one around because he shed twice. Yeah, there you be, just chilling. Just real quick, here's one of the lowers they give me. Warped a little, but it could probably be straightened out. Fabric's really good. The lower I was interested in trying to modify, it has a little hole in it, which, I mean, that can be fixed, but no need. And then this is one of the nicest things that I've got, but it's originally tin, and they tried to dye it, and I don't know what they used, but I mean, you can even see inside here is still tin. These are broke up here, and you can tell on the seats here where whatever was sitting there has rubbed off, but I mean, there's seem to be no rips or no tears or nothing. If you followed my build any, you know that I made this bracket so these seats will bolt to this. Like I said, I need to take the rails off, so I'm gonna do that. Another thing that was like a buzzkill for these seats is they can't flip forward to put someone in the back seat. Like if my son wanted to go with me, we have to put the seat all the way forward, and he's still got to squeeze in. So having a seat that'll flip forward is going to be beneficial also. Man, I am too fat to be doing all that, but I got it done. Again, keep in mind, these are from 2002, and it's 2025, so 23-year-old seats. I think they're in great shape. They have a few little spots, of course. They have great foam, which is what I'm worried about, because they're a perfect candidate for seat skins. There's several companies now that make seat skins that fit right over them that you can't even tell it's a seat skin. It looks like it's just how you bought it. If I can think about it, I will post a picture. If there's not one, then obviously I forgot about it. You know how that works. But again, don't get crazy expectations, but here they are. Well, bam! Look at that. Now, they was cleaner, but I'm not thinking, and I'm touching everything over here. The old hinges, getting them off, they're rusty, touching my car, and I handled the seat like a dummy and got them dirty again. But as you can tell, they have little spot here and a little spot, and that looks like where somebody was welding in a shop and it just a drip got on it. Don't ask me how I know what that looks like. It is definitely from that experience of past situations. Of course, the passenger side is in much better shape, but all in all, love it. Now, I have plenty of leg room underneath the steering wheel. It is a flat bottom, that helps, but I can recline, the seats go forward, and they are so much more, like, I can just relax right here. They are so much more comfortable. They're way more comfortable than the first SN95 seats I had, and 1,000 times more comfortable than them Jeg seats. Again, the Jegs ain't horrible, especially if you're making a couple passes and getting right out. But if you're going to make a trip, like I'm planning on driving 3-4 hours to Mustangs at Daytona and things like that, you know, I want this to be comfortable. And yeah, these are comfortable. The gray's kind of close to some of the interior. Now, obviously, this has to be painted, but if you look at this gray and then the dash, I mean, it's pretty close in that area. I'm going to paint the LMR console the same color as this stuff, but yeah, I did get in a hurry because it was raining, and I forgot to vacuum that side. I did vacuum this side, but forgot to vacuum over there. But man, this is such a nice change. Oh, for real, this is, oh, again, I can't say it enough. This is amazing feeling. And let's see this right. Yep. I'll take a nap. I'll see y'all in a little bit. So there you go, guys. Like I said, don't have high expectations, but for 23-year-old seats, these things feel great. There's no thin spots, there's no wire touching, there's no nothing. As far as a few blemishes, I can deal with that, and like I said, perfect candidate for seat skins. But night and day difference between the polymer seats, the hard plastic, and these right here. Much needed. Guys, thank y'all for watching. This is the Mod Addict, and we out.
I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with the 16 bars. I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with the 16 bars. I won't turn around, I won't turn around. No matter how far I go, I'll never